Hey everyone, welcome to the UVD Weekly Wrap-Up, the show where the team from UrbanVinylDaily.com goes over everything there is to know in the art, street art, designer toy, and Sofubi world. I'm your host, Travis Likens.
And I'm Ben Pierce. Sorry I've been gone so long, but I deserved a couple vacations.
Okay. Well, we are here today with episode 7, which we have entitled Bored to Death.
Oh, come on. We're not that boring to listen to.
Yeah, pretty much. But in what it's really referencing is actually this week, one of our favorite bands, Blink-182, is coming out with a new album. So we thought we'd pay a little homage over to them and congratulate them on a new record release. So if you happen to be a fan, make sure to head over to your favorite record store or iTunes and pick up California.
And check them out on tour as well.
Yeah, this Friday. So we just want to give a little shout out, even though they don't listen to this and you guys probably don't care.
But what if they did? What if they did?
But they don't.
They could.
But they don't.
Riding around on the tour bus all the time, they could get really bored. Hashtag Blink-182. Oh, look, there's a podcast about us.
Hey, but to tie this back to art, there will be concert tour posters from many artists throughout the scene throughout the rest of the year, more than likely tied to their summer tour. So make sure to keep a lookout. We'll make sure to keep you updated as we find them. And if you find some that you don't see us talk about, shoot us an email, tweet us, put it in on Instagram. I don't know.
Or send us some fan mail. We deserve some of that.
Yeah, just let us know. So in the world of fan mail, we have one.
We do. Let's listen to it.
Well,
and read it.
I was going to say, we can't really
I'm going to listen
to
to you read it.
But the fan mail actually comes our way from our shirt sponsor of the week.
7 sketches.
Yeah, the artist 7 Sketches from Hawaii.
Hawaii.
These shirts came a long way. So he actually sent these over to have them on the podcast, videocast, blog, whatever you want to call it, which is pretty cool. So, but with his shirt, he actually sent us a fan letter, which I'm going to read, plus some really cool stickers like this Deadpool one here. That's a dead puss. And this little panda bear, his logo, lots of cool stuff. So, but I'm going to read this fan mail that came with it. It says, "Aloha, Travis."
And Ben.
Nope, that's me, Travis.
Oh, nothing for me.
"Thank you so much for accepting this gift. I'm a big fan of your blog and vlog." A big fan. We got one.
Come join the ranks of big fans.
It says, I actually visited your booth at DesignerCon last year.
Thank you.
I'm planning to visit again this year. Well, sorry, we don't have a booth. We didn't sign up in time, so we don't have one. Sorry, but we will be there. So
with microphones in your faces.
Yeah, so keep an eye out for us when you're walking around. You won't be able to find us at a booth, though. I'm sure we'll find somewhere to camp out, and we'll let you guys know if we do. But it says I include some stickers, which I just showed you guys. And the designer stickers are some way that he's hoping to someday maybe turn into a designer toy platform. And he hopes to make sure that he gets to design toys someday. So he also pointed out that he's looking forward to seeing the blog. This is cool. And he'd love for us to talk about Quix, which is one of his favorite artists. Quix, we like Quix a lot too. And we are going to talk about him right now. Quix is actually featured in The Blank Show, which is going to be held at Clutter Gallery. And we have a teaser picture of what he's working on right now, showing here on the screen. So there, we talked about Quix. You can check him out on Instagram at Quix. It's Quiccs, correct? I believe.
Yes.
And cool artist, does lots of cool things. You've probably seen some of his work if you've paid attention to our blog or like Spanky Stokes or Tenacious Ninja or Toy Chronicle or any of other places like that. He's been featured many times and makes really cool pieces. So thank you so much for writing in 7 Sketches, sending over the shirt. If you listening right now would like to check out 7 Sketches Designs, you can find him on Instagram at 7 Sketches, and that is 7 SKETCHES.
Good job spelling.
Yeah, well, I was just kind of reading it. And the artist's name is Derek. So if you want to hit him up, talk to him about his designs. He has a store where you could pick up shirts like this or stickers or any other stuff that he is working on. Really cool guy. Thanks again. If you'd like to be a shirt sponsor, let us know at either get us on Instagram at Urban Vinyl Daily or over in our Gmail, urbanvinyldaily@gmail.com. So, but moving on, we're going to jump into toy news. So, Ben, take it away.
First item is SDCC, comes from Scribe and Cardboard Spaceship, bringing you the Holy Ghost Rumpus Edition. So, like I said, figure will be at the Cardboard Spaceship SDCC booth. And something different from the other figures that they've released with Scribe and Scribe's released is that this comes with a digital code for a music download to help you get into the feeling of Rumpus as far as what he could possibly be listening to in those headphones that he has on.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool addition to figure. I don't know that I've ever seen anything like that.
No,
I mean, not to say that we've seen everything, but I have never. So that's pretty cool.
I think it's Scribe getting some of his hip hop friends, or whatever you want to call the music that's going along with it. But he's going to be doing a lot of things with music, from what I've heard and from what I've talked to him with.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool addition to a figure, and as we talked about, Cardboard Spaceship, SDCC, fight your way through the crowds of people, and get your way over there to get yourself a Rumpus, because.
And hopefully as SDC comes up, we can bring you more definitive numbers and additions and prices and stuff.
I'm sure there will be people trying to gather these up, though. So the Rumpus is a pretty popular guy.
I know with the previous colorways that they've released over the past couple months that they've, I think, sold pretty well.
Yeah. So if you're at SDCC, grab one. If you're happen to be a mule, I might know a guy that's probably looking for one. So
it's a possibility.
Hit us up. But continuing on to the next bit of news we have is actually coming our way from Josh Mayhem and Kidrobot. We actually have covered the teaser once before on the blog and on the vlog, but the Save America Blown Away edition is releasing this Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Kidrobot website. We do want to point out that these are U.S. orders only, and they will be available in the 3-inch, 8-inch, and massive 20-inch versions.
Now you see why this is US only.
Yeah, right there. That's the one. And they have different color hues of them. So they've revealed a couple of them so far. You can see them in the photos there. But very cool pieces. I've seen a couple of these in person. I've never seen a 20-inch. I didn't make it out to the Clutter show where there was a 20-inch, but if you are a fan of this, now's the time. Like, I don't know how many more of these editions he's going to be creating, but these things sell out in no time generally, so I'm guessing this is not going to be an exception.
So for the two that we've seen so far, it's the Patriot and the Inverted Patriot, which red, white, and blue.
Yeah,
just in time for the 4th of July.
Yeah, and they flipped the blue, like the background, basically, right? One was black and one was white in the background, and that's how they did it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so pretty cool looking stuff so far. I mean, you don't have much time, but better be deciding because they're going to be gone.
Which those seem to sell pretty well, even as the customs that he makes over the past years.
Yep. So more details probably will be available. They haven't released the pricing from what I've seen, so you may want to check out at Josh Mayhem 1 on Instagram or at Kidrobot, and I'm sure they'll give you further details. But again, 12 p.m. Friday.
Be there or be square.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the long and the short of it. So
moving on to the third piece of news, it comes to us via Mondo to those that are fans of either the comic book or the movie Scott Pilgrim. So they just released yesterday a pre-order that runs 72 hours. So this ends, Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so it's the Ramona Flowers figure. And so that's, I think, maybe 5 or 6 inches to go along with their standard height of figures. And one of them comes with all the normal accessories, and the Mondo website exclusive comes with a little cartoon version of Scott Pilgrim in one of the accessories, like a purse.
Yeah. Have you ever watched the Scott Pilgrim movies or read the comics?
Yeah, I have. I saw the movie maybe read one of the two comics.
That's a pretty cool little piece. I mean, I'm not the hugest fan of that series, but I'm excited to see somebody do something with it. So
then again, that came during the Michael Cera heyday of Juno and all the other stuff. So.
Yeah, that was when he was on top of the world. So, just it wasn't my cup of tea, but still a cool product to see. And we'll see. Hopefully Mondo does well with it. Moving on, we got more SDCC news coming our way from DKE Toys and our friend, well, not our friend, but an artist in the scene, Dollar Slice Bootlegs. It's called Watcher in the Woods. And we have a little blurb here that I'm going to read, and I'll try my best not to butcher my way through it. But from the wacky mind of Dollar Slice, fail.
Try again.
From the wacky mind of Dollar Slice Bootlegs comes this Disney-esque droid hybrid figure. Magnetic articulation and glows in the dark. Each hand-cast and painted 3.75-inch scale resin figure comes on a custom-made card back with clamshell packaging so you can play with it. But be careful, though. You might get hurt. Only 20 of these are made, $55 including tax, and they will be available at the DKE Toys booth number 5045 during San Diego Comic-Con. Not too bad considering I didn't practice at all. But if you want to keep up, you want to check it out. It's a nice little figure that kind of has like a Bambi kind of feel, like it's in the, it's like in the woods where the little animals are flying around and whatever they do in the animal world. And they're just kind of, it's a cool little figure. So make sure to keep up with the latest updates, see some more photos than what we're just showing you here from at $_slice_bootlegs on Instagram. So that's about it for that one though. Comic-Con coming up.
Add it to your bag of stuff that you're going to get.
Yep. Another piece we just want to revisit from last week. It's coming up on the last couple weeks of being on Kickstarter is actually Full Blown Inks Cronus Magnus. It's on Kickstarter right now, 10.5-inch tall, glow in the dark figure. Follow up to his figure Valkyrie, the nemesis of Valkyrie actually, and Valkyra. Sorry, not Valkyrie, Valkyra, and it's currently on Kickstarter. Head over there, check it out. The basic figure comes in at around $100, but there's lots of other stretch goals and lots of other rewards, such as original art from Daryl Banks, Jeff Lamb, and many, many more. So there's lots of ways to get behind this. It is coming in on the closing part of the campaign, so he does need a good push to help him get to the final goal. So if you are out there and you're wanting to see this figure become a reality, then now is the time, because then I believe it ends July 8th. So not too many more days to get on this Kickstarter. Yeah. So if you're a fan, pick it up, kickstarter.com, search Cronus Magnus. Third piece in a row for me to cover, because this was really poor layout by the show note creator. But we actually have a story from why am I so
Creation Toys?
Yeah, why am I so tongue-tied today? But the Purple Rain edition,
Prince inspired,
of Iron Monster, which is a 15-inch tall soft vinyl piece. That thing's massive, 15 inches tall.
That's what she said.
Yeah, and it's purple, like giant, like bright purple, pretty sweet.
She probably doesn't want any part of that.
Yeah, the figure is blank. So it is raw soft vinyl. It releases this Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at autopsybabies.bigcartel.com. They will be $125 each and are sure to go quickly.
So the last piece of real news we have before we go into some contest participation we had along with our toy talk is that at Discordia, they have a Love Bomb contest going on. So right now, for $1, you can buy a chance to win the green edition of the Funk Love Bomb produced by Mighty Jax. Or you can buy 5 chances for $5 and receive a very, very special gift. So you can head on over to discordiacultureshop.storeenvy.com.
Yep. So pretty cool contest. If you don't know the piece, it's about 15 inches tall, which is a pretty massive, figure or piece or art piece, And the really cool thing about it is that it's like $230. So this is a really great chance if you want to win one or you want to own one to toss in $1 or $5 and you might be the lucky one.
It's like when you pay $1 for a car.
Yeah, exactly. Same situation. And actually they are running the contest until they sell all of the chances. So make sure to head over, pick up as many chances as you want right now, and good luck to all that enter. So
now that we're on the vein of contests, as some of you may remember, we had this figure and we had this figure in which we gave away, and absolutely nobody entered for these.
Nobody.
Absolutely nobody.
That's how cool we are, guys. Nobody watches the show.
So
apparently.
Either you don't like us or you
don't watch
cared
the
less
show.
about these. But I'll give you a taste of what else we could have given away.
Yeah. I'm blocking. I'm playing block.
Because right now, not Jesse Pinkman is angry at you. Look at his face. He hasn't shaved in a couple of days. His eyes are angry, and he has not been making a certain blue substance that you're not going to receive now that we may not ever give these away if you didn't want the first ones.
Yeah, so let's just open them up and take a look at them. We won't do a contest this time since apparently nobody wanted these things. But again, we don't know much about these, if they ever actually came out or not. So we'll just pull them out here.
If only someone else were standing in here, we're going to throw the banks at them.
So check them out, though. I mean, you like Breaking Bad?
Well, Walter looks pretty shitty on the
back. I hadn't turned it around yet, but I mean, check them out. If you like Breaking Bad, this is probably right up your alley.
Not Breaking Bad.
Yeah, not Breaking Bad. What were these called?
Cooks. They're called Cooks.
Cooks. Okay, I thought Crooks would be a better one, but if you're a fan, I kind of would have liked to seen the little mask on him somehow, like on his head or on his face, but that's just me. Oh, it's not as bad as we thought.
Oh, I thought
there was like some black stuff on the back, but it wiped off, so no worries. Paint wise, fairly good. Little blurring from the yellow to the brown on the shoes, and I got a little spot on the front. Nothing too major. Again, we don't know a price on these since we couldn't find any release information. They are banks, so the bottom does come out if you didn't see our last review. They have a spot on the back of the head here.
I feel like it would have been funnier to feed Walt because of the line on his mouth, just to put the coins in his mouth.
Yeah, that would have been kind of funny. that would have been just... But what about your guy over there?
Not Jesse Pinkman. He just looks angry. He hasn't shaved in a while. He's obviously been worked, or I guess I could say other things, but I don't want to ruin the series for anyone as far as what he's up to in his antics. But the yellow suit's pretty good. It's kind of wavy, like the paint itself. You can see some of the surfaces through it.
A little blurring and whatnot.
Hands are good. Face is good. I'm sure it functions as a bank. Put it in, get it out.
Yep.
It's a bank.
So, we don't know if you can get these or not, but we do know they have the smaller editions of the figures available. Check out Toonstar Toys on Instagram or toonstartoys.com, I believe. And you can, I'll put the right thing right here. So you can pick up the smaller versions of these figures, which are just basically scaled down vinyl figure versions. If you want these, send us an email. We'll coach you some shipping, and you can pick them up from us, urbanvinyldaily@gmail.com. But moving on to our other figure we want to talk about today is another oldie, but a goodie.
So I brought two versions of it from my personal collection as compared to everything we see from Travis's collection. So I actually brought in the Brainlingtons from Mighty Jax and Mr. Ewok. So this one was from Decon a couple years ago.
2013.
Which I hadn't remembered. I was frantically looking for boxes, and I was reminded by Travis that this came in a bag with a header card.
So it was like that.
So if you wanted a box, the version I have in here actually came in a box. And so this released a little after New York Comic Con a couple years ago. And so I think the premise with that was that originally these should have been made available at New York Comic Con. Something happened. It just wasn't available. No pre-orders were taken. Ewok himself was pretty cool to talk to for the first time, even though a couple people thought they were meeting an Ewok from a different franchise. I'm sorry for those people who
that was the same time, wasn't it?
were misled about that they were meeting an Ewok and not
Mr.
Ewok.
That was probably a really interesting conversation for him to have. Like, hey, I'm here to meet an Ewok. a cute little fuzzy bear.
So the version I got out was the paint splattered thank you from Mighty Jackson Ewok to say to those who either showed up to New York Comic Con or were lucky enough, sorry that the figure was not available at Toy Tokyo. Thanks for pre-ordering it. Thanks for this little special edition. And so with that, with the super unique, I'm not sure how many they made, but each one has a different paint signature, that it came with a print. I've never been able to figure out if this is hand-drawn or not, but I'm going to assume it's just a regular old print. So
I think we should start calling this section Throwback Thursday. It seems like we keep bringing old stuff on. But we could
deal with it.
We could keep it up. What do you think? I mean, obviously they're from your collection, so you probably enjoy them.
I do. I have lots of fun with them. It's a good conversation starter.
I have lots of fun with them.
My wife hates them. So.
Oh. I mean, why does she not like them? I mean, it's just like a little brain with feet and arms.
I think it's the
teeth.
mouth.
Yeah, she doesn't like creepy things, does she?
Yeah.
I like on this particular one, there's a ghosted, almost like a wash or a spray or something that like they put down in the red section to really pull out the sculpting detail on the brain. It's a really cool addition to the piece that you probably wouldn't even really notice unless you really stare at it. But it's almost like ghosting that kind of brings it out a little bit. I don't know what they did to it, but it's really cool. There's some kind of weird spots on the hands, but that's where they had to plug the hands to make the toy. Obviously they hang down on the ground.
I guess they did a little bit better on the thank you edition because they don't have little plugs on them.
Well, they're there.
They covered them up.
I think they painted over them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but these ones are just raw, so you can see the crease is really, really bad. But I mean, they're on the bottom. That's not really anything to complain about, but it was worth noting.
So there were a good number of editions of these between like the retailer version, which I think was like a great white edition. There were a bunch of other ones.
Yeah, there were a bunch of these.
And so a little known secret, probably a big secret, or maybe a lot of people know it, is that in the back of the Brainlington, it spells Ewok on it.
Oh, I noticed that when I was looking at it, but I just thought that was my eyes.
So now you know.
Yeah, and it has a butt. Who doesn't like toys with butts?
Big old butt cheeks.
Yeah, this is right up Sir Mix-a-Lot's alley right here.
Because why is that?
Because he likes big butts and he cannot lie.
Butts?
Yeah, something like that. But I mean, there's probably some of these floating around on eBay, right? If you happen to be new to the toy scene and hadn't seen these before, good little discussion I think we had about these. And there's a cool story with it. I mean, you got to meet him at New York Comic Con, and was he at Designer Con too? He was there.
Yeah, he was at Designer Con, I think, the following year.
Yeah, so we got to meet him a couple of times and talk to him about his projects. And
I think this is the first thing that I remember Mighty Jack's doing. I think maybe the Snow White figures may have been first.
Yeah, the Snow White going apple, bad apple. That's what it was. I believe that was the first thing I remember seeing Mighty Jacks do. I can't say that was the only thing that they did before this. But they've released a number of awesome products since then. A lot of them being resin. But
which these are not resin.
Yeah.
Otherwise these would be super heavy.
Yeah, these would be super heavy. These are vinyl. But they've done some great stuff over the years, and they have some cool new stuff coming out that I've been seeing posting on Instagram and whatnot. So maybe we'll have something to talk about on a future show. But that kind of wraps up our Throwback Thursday toy feature of the week. I guess we will continue on with art news. Let me slide these guys somewhere here. That right there. As I knock it over. Okay, so the London Police. Some of you may know them as a duo that puts up awesome murals around the world. Well, they got a new one for you, and it's 84 stories. And there's two of them, basically, because it's on two buildings. Or maybe it's one building. They just have 2 tower type things. I don't know.
That is a large building.
Yes. And it's 84 stories of awesome, as I put it. The piece features the lads and tons of work by Bob with his line work and whatnot. So
how does one plan for 84 stories of art?
I have no clue. But as you can see, it's a massive mural. It's really awesome. And it's in Berlin. So it was done in coordinates with the Urban National Berlin. I don't know if it's like a coalition or a art museum. I'm not sure what it is, but we wanted to talk about it because it's freaking cool. And if you haven't checked out some of our old work, we actually helped out kind of with a mural that the BLDG in Covington, Kentucky had put up. And we got to hang out with Chaz and Bob for a day, actually 2 days. And while they were painting a mural, and really cool guys. A lot of fun to talk to.
One of the murals we covered was a here it is, here it isn't.
Yeah, it was.
The building decided to take it down after.
It was probably about 2 months, wasn't it? Like maybe a month or two.
It was, I think, a month. It was pretty quick.
Yeah, because we went down there and then we went to DesignerCon and we found out when we were out there, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So it was like here today, gone next month type thing. So that piece is no longer available, but there are photos over on our website. We will post a link across the screen. So
we're going this way.
Yeah, or whatever. So we'll post the link across the screen. And if you want to check it out, we'll put it down in the show notes as well.
So I guess the new piece is Luke Chu is into the pin game now.
Yep. Everybody's on the pin gang bandwagon.
The pin wang.
Pin wang.
Small wang. So this is the hammy sandwich, even though that's probably not the way you read it. It's a sandwich with a hammy. So it's pig with probably an apple in its mouth, 2 pieces of bread around it, and a pin on the back so you can stick yourself with a hammy sandwich.
It's a cute little piece based on an original by Luke. And no details on when it's coming. It just said coming soon. So we wanted to share it because it looks cool and we thought you guys might be interested in it. But we don't really have a lot to tell you about other than it's cool.
Or maybe you're hungry now for a ham sandwich.
Yeah, so make sure to give Luke a follow at Luke_Chew. I think he has at Luke Chew as well on Instagram. Both are well worth checking out because he posts regularly with his latest projects. The last piece of art news that we have for this week comes our way from prior guest host JFury.
Yay!
This piece doesn't have a name, but it looked really cool and I wanted to talk about it. It's actually a new painting based on a logo that he created for a friend that never ended up getting used. So he made a painting based on it. And it's a sushi character that he designed.
With some money wrapped around it, I think.
Yeah, it's like money or something. And it's on a bed of rice. It's like a fish flopped over. It's cute as can be. So we just wanted to share it. I don't think it's available anywhere, but it's kind of a new look from Justin. He hasn't worked in sushi characters before. So it was cool to see something different from the artist and to see his painting, like on canvas, like he doesn't do a ton of those, but when he does, they always turn out really good. So make sure to give at JFury1 on Instagram a follow, and maybe we'll see some more, or maybe another project using that same character.
So now that we're on the events news, obviously SDCC is coming up, but we're going to hold off on that for a tad. So we have 2 events that are coming to Rotofugi next week on July 8th. So a week from this Friday. The first is from Jay Ryan, which he has the main gallery with the show entitled, I'm having problems talking to him, Reasonable Expectations. And so it features a lot of his work. He's from, I believe, a Chicago native who's been doing prints and show flyers and a lot of stuff around Chicago. And the second person is an Indiana-based artist named Brett Manning, who's in the side gallery with his Magical Girls show, who features characters and portrayals and visages of people that he knows and have been in his life. And so that and the Jay Ryan show go from July 8th through August 7th. So check them out at Rotofugi. Might be able to meet both the artists since one's Chicago and one's Indiana, so they're very close to Rotofugi.
Yeah. Really cool show. Always fun time at the old Rotofugi there in Chicago. Probably going to be a great turnout, and there probably will be people in attendance that you can meet and shake hands with. We did have a late breaking news that didn't make the show notes here, so we did want to talk about it. So I'm going to read it from my cell phone. That's how we roll. We have gone completely unprofessional on a cell phone.
Don't believe this is unscripted. We knew about it. He just wants to play it off. Yeah,
so we have a show that is coming not for a while. September 2nd and 3rd. So Labor Day weekend, 2016. The folks at Redefine Gallery and Strange Cat Toys are proud to present Barely, a custom show utilizing the Luke Chu bear head as a platform. The show will feature the artists Charles Rodriguez, Emily Jensen, EOS, Frank Montana, HX, Ink Visuals, iRock, JFury, John Suarez, Josh Devine, Mallow April, Map, Playful Gorilla, and Wendy Williford.
So I wonder if they're using the full bear head or the dissected bear head that comes from
I'm pretty sure they're using the full bear head, similar to the one that the Clutter show used a couple of months ago, based on the press release that they did. But should be a good show. A lot of cool guys.
Or if you want a vacation, you can go to Orlando, Florida, where this is.
Yeah, in Orlando. So pretty cool show. But we wanted to talk about it because it came in kind of about 20 minutes before we were going to record. So we wanted to make sure that we let you guys know about it.
So that concludes our show. And thank you as always to our sponsor, 7 Sketches, who provided this shirt and stickers and a good relationship with us.
Yeah, it was great meeting you at DesignerCon. But if you want to be the person that sponsors a future show, because we will wear these multiple times, people. Multiple times. We don't have many shirts. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
You can always hit us up over on urbanvinyldaily@gmail.com with fan news, anything like that, anything you want us to talk about, fan mail. If you want to sponsor our show, if you want to tell us how bad we are, hit us up there. You can always follow us on Instagram @urbanvinyldaily, Twitter @urbanvinyldaily. Check out the site, urbanvinyldaily.com, or hang out on Facebook and check out Urban Vinyl Daily.
Speaking of Facebook, I've noticed that we get a lot of messages from there, and often we don't see the news that you send us. It's just the way at least Facebook sends through Urban Vinyl Daily to my phone. Yeah. I never see it.
Yeah, Facebook isn't the best way to get in contact with us. Just to be honest, the best way to get in touch with us is actually through our Gmail, urbanvinyldaily@gmail.com. That is the best way to get news to us because that is monitored by both of us and where probably 40% of the news that we cover actually comes from. So if you're looking to get something covered, that's the best place to find us.
Or if you hate email, I guess Instagram works.
Yeah, send us smoke signals. That works.
Tin can, carrier pigeon, yeah, maybe
any kind of if you want to record like a VHS and mail it to us, like I don't know.
Maybe put it on a record. We're both audiophiles.
So, but we're always happy to cover stuff that you guys are doing or you think is cool. So, I don't think we have any more plugs to talk about, do we?
Check out our sister station, Token Nerd.
Yeah. Token Nerd. If you're a Funko Pop fan, they actually have a contest going on the screen right now. Use the hashtag Token Duo before Saturday, and you will be entered a chance to win the Hawkeye, Spider-Man 2-pack plus the smaller figures that are also included in it, which are escaping my mind right now. That was sponsored by our friends TenaciousToys.com.
Thank you to Tenacious Toys.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate everything you guys do for us, and we appreciate everything you've done for us over the years as a blog. So just saying, hey. But to check them out, go over to token_nerd on Instagram and look for the photo. It's a purple background with the Funko Pops plopped all over the front of it. So just redo that image with hashtag Token Duo, and you will be entered for a chance to win. But this kind of wraps up the show.
We may...
oh, no, apparently not. No.
Put a little helper banner on the side so you can donate money to us to help Travis learn to speak a little bit better. Get some speech lessons.
I'm going to take some speech lessons. Actually, you can, if you did want to donate to us, we do have a PayPal link on our site, urbanvinyldaily.com. TokenNerd.com. It's over on the right side. Scroll down a little ways and you'll see chance to donate. If you give us $1, if you do a reoccurring, you can also have the option to do a reoccurring PayPal donation where monthly you could donate $1. That really does help us keep the lights on here, pay for the equipment. Really just helps us out all the way around. So if you want to do that, feel free. No pressure though. But just remember, we're doing this for free. So
remember, the less you spend, the worse Travis gets at speaking.
Yeah, the more jumbled and see, look, there's an example. So the more jumbled I'll be. But as always, I'm Travis.
And I'm Ben.
Have a great designer toy day. Hey everyone, this is Travis Likens from Token Nerd Podcast, and I'm here today to tell you something about sponsorship. That's right. Token Nerd now has a sponsor. The fine folks at TenaciousToys.com, your source for designer toys, pop vinyl, original art, and more, are now our sponsor. And guess what? As a part of that, you can get 10% off your next order at TenaciousToys.com by entering the code TOKEN10 at checkout. That's right, 10% off. And not only are they giving you this code, they're also going to be sponsoring many of our Token Nerd giveaways in the next coming months. So make sure to follow us at token_nerd on Instagram to catch our latest giveaways.